Hello and welcome back to Gold Squadron Podcast. My name is William Hegwood. For this game, I am joined by Ryan Staniszewski.
Hit me again.
Yes, indeed.
More me tomorrow.
Yes, we're prepping Ryan for the stream takeover as GSB is making our presence known to the cut. I do apologize, Ryan, but
it
doesn't work out for everybody.
Nope.
Right? So look at the draw sometimes. You need that 10% luck, 90% skill, and when it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But glad you're able to help out with the stream, though, as we watch a bubble match here at the Gen Con World Qualifier Open. This is the 5th round of Swiss, and both of these players need to win the game to get into tomorrow's cut. We have Dread Champ flying a double Y-Wing Rebel list versus Tommy Adams, a big friend of GSP, an XTC player, overall great guy.
USA
indeed. So we're putting the pressure on Tommy. He was previously a sub. We took him off the bench, put him onto a starting spot this year at XTC. But we are moving into the finals, though. So we need to be testing everybody's mental. I don't know what word.
Metal?
Metal?
I don't know. The toughness, the grit, the determination.
Yeah, the tenacity. So we're having him back on stream. Ryan, you literally, I think, wait, was it you? Or maybe I was just telling you about why we have Tommy on stream again. The competition is cutthroat around here, and literally none of the other X and ones wanted to broadcast their bubble game.
Nothing to do with stream, or they were just on stream.
Yes.
Tommy at least was back on round 1.
Tommy was round 2.
And he doesn't mind. He seems excited every time.
Yes. So a big thank you to both of these guys for jumping in. Always a pleasure to have them. We do have the bets open if you're not betting for Choose Your Champion. Bet 1 all for Dread Champ. Bet 2 all for Tommy Adams. But before we break down these Rebel list, Brian, can you tell me a bit about Chance Engagement?
Simple. We have one middle objective in the center of the board. You want to be at range have a ship, at least one, within range 0 to 2 of it, to claim a point per round at once round 2 end phase points begin. So round 1, you will not gain those points. Round 2 is when all the rounds of the rest of the game will net you points for staying inside that range 0 to 2 bubble. There are times where it is advantageous and more tactically necessary to not be in that bubble because of maybe major threats from the opponent have pressured you to get out for one turn, come back in. You lose 2 points. Well, not lose. Let's this way. Your opponent gains 2 points if you are not in the circle at all. Same thing if you are in the circle and they are not, you get 2 points instead of the normal 1 and 1.
Right. That makes sense. So, oh man, both players here creating a wide open battlefield. Dread Champ bringing tiny little rocks so that he can fly in formation, and it's going to work out for him here in the opening round. We have each formation kind of coming to a. I mean, you kind of have to. This is kind of the struggle with Chances. You have to fly towards the middle. You have very few other options.
Both players starting in their general corners and just coming in essentially this way. You have other ships. I'm assuming what we got is this Luke or Wedge down here. I believe that's Luke. You can see the force tokens. So, Luke with those afterburners can go high and around. Wedge can cut in the middle. I'm surprised Colby's not flanked a little bit wider out over here.
Sorry, go ahead. You can't do the mouse in this. That's my bad.
That's all right. But Dread Champ opting to keep everything close together. I've seen him play online before. He likes to keep a somewhat of a formation with a lot of varying ships, which can be difficult to manage all their different speeds and even the base size with something like the U-Wing. And just so everyone can see everything all right, I'll point out, because there is an obstacle behind Colby here, one down here, and as you can see here, and there. As we talked about how open it kind of is with all the smaller obstacles.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Dials and Dice, talking about the Cherokee Open, one of the first 2.5, well, it sounded gross coming out of my mouth, objective played tournaments. Won it pretty handily with some Hera B-Wings. Now, he's taking a slightly different approach, though he does love Evan Verlaine.
Evan Verlaine?
Verlaine, thank you.
Multiple ways to pronounce many Star Wars characters.
Yeah, well, fair enough. This is a rarely seen Y-Wing, but he can spend his focus token to increase the agility of not only himself, but potentially a ship at range 1.
As a lore master, I must let you know, it is a female pilot, one of the few that survived the Death Star explosion from Episode 4.
Okay. Do not, what do I want to say, misgender them. We are at Gen Con, which was boasting, what happened here?
Dice cam?
Our dice cam died. That ain't right. Everything's died. Oh no, the ship is on fire. Emergency. What is happening here? Sorry, Ryan. Give me a second
You're
here.
You're good.
We're getting the dice cam back online. We'll see if the camera comes back. We got false transponder coded here. We'll go to the player cam, I guess, for the second.
Oh, there we go. Can we get it back?
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
I fixed it, clearly. I don't know what that was. Some interference. But it sounds like...
So it sounds like Colby went for a lock on Benthic, who had false transponder codes, but he decided, I'm going to choose on my terms to pop it myself. So depending, I mean, Fen Rao's way down here, so getting close enough to get Colby in action, like a focus after taking that lock to pop that transponder codes, might be a little difficult depending on the speed Fen Rao went. Whether that's telegraphing it or not to the opponent Dread Champ, we'll have to see. But most of the Dread Champ ships, I mean, if that U-Wing's is, quote, as far forward as those ships are going to go, maybe there might be a chance for some isolated big shots from things like Luke and Wedge.
Yeah, you want to lead with Colby because he has that great notorious card. I'll put it on screen here. If you shoot at him, he will strain you, and if you're strained, he gets a reroll. So really the tank, I guess, of this list.
So it's a tank in the fact that it's deterring, not actually by health.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But you want to lead with him, though. But you're just punishing people for attacking him. So yeah, I guess that's not the traditional tank.
Benthic's more of a tank.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a Generoso group, but not in this. Not in this. This is no Generoso group, but does have Perceptive Co-Pilot.
All right, let's see. Let's see if this doesn't crash here. We'll check on. Well, there's still a bunch of ships moved, so we should have time here. Again, just gauge the amount of time. So, Evam has, of course, the belly run. Oh my! All right, we're giving up on that.
No more mouse.
It has ion cannon turret, great control piece there. Ion torps, again, a 4-dice control piece. Has electro shaft missiles. This guy's all debuff, by the way.
So Evan Verlaine is. I'm gonna bring all the control pieces in one chassis in this list.
Yep.
Basically.
And with this, I've seen Dread Champ use many times Chopper to utilize the ion torpedoes. If it's not going to happen, right? You're not going to get a torpedo shot. You're focusing on your ion cannon for the rest of the game.
Sure.
Chopper is a great way to get shields back. Or the opposite, you're at full health. Get a torp back. Like, drop your shields. If you're out of torps, why not?
Yeah.
Now, of course, you can't recover the electro shaft as cool as that would be.
I was going to point out, yes, there are certain upgrades that do not allow you to recover their charges. Electro chaff is one of them.
Yeah, thank goodness.
God. Those bombers would be stupid.
Could you imagine them just like 1 forward chaff, reload, 1 forward chaff, reload?
Imagine the Fombers.
Yeah, 1 boost. Yeah, no.
Stupid.
No, thank you. Anyway, so we were talking a little bit about Benthic here. Benthic does love, well, when he takes the focus action, he passes a focus token to a friendly, and obviously always paired with Perceptive Copilot to get himself the extra focus. 1 for me, 1 for you situation. Has Hondo for some coordinate if necessary.
Well, range 3 coordinate specifically.
Range 3
and
coordinate.
On top of that, can decide to coordinate the enemy ship and jam an enemy ship as well. If they're already stressed that they're coordinating, or if they've done all actions that really matter.
Yeah, true.
You can do that too. Get a range 3 jams pretty good.
Now, unfortunately, he's pretty low initiative to be Hondoing, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Has those false transponder codes. Because he normally takes focus action, kind of a defensive bonus there.
Definitely. We were used to seeing Contraband Cybernetics to do that zero stop, but a little bit different with this one.
So the reason why I believe he's moved on to these 2 upgrades is one of my favorite ships back in the meta, Aaron Kraken. After he performs an attack, he can give an action to a ship. It has elusive and plasma torpedoes, as you do. So the power of this is that you can give Benthic a target lock, so then he can use false transponder codes to jam mid-combat, or you could give him Hondo and Naka, again, to jam or coordinate mid-combat.
Let me just rereading perform an attack. You may choose. Okay, so I just want to specifically make sure.
Not on your action bar?
Correct.
Yes.
So Aaron Kraken can do Hondo in activation. Very true.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron Kraken can tell Benthic you can do Hondo in activation.
Right. Yes, I've been looking at Aaron Kraken giving people false transponder code locks in combat quite hard right now. It's a very powerful effect.
Especially if someone in the list has swarm tactics.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
Such as?
Oh, well, this one doesn't. But Fenrau does.
Fenrau Sheathapede on Dreadchamp has swarm tactics, so it can bump Aaron Kraken up to I6, shoot that first shot, and get that very early Hondo action to Benthic, or that target lock action to anyone with false transponder codes such as Benthic.
Okay, I think we are collecting our dials here. We'll quickly look through these other upgrades. Tristan Wren can change a hit to a crit for munitions, which is going to be for Dutch Vander, and because you actually don't want to do it on the plasma torpedo. I guess you could if you make it all crits.
I mean, if you have 2 and they only dodge 1, his crit's still going through.
Doesn't really matter. And then of course there are 4 because Fenrau will stress you to delete or to prevent you from spending tokens. You can still spend charges like Lone Wolf or the Force, but no tokens.
You got Colby shooting at Benthic at range 3. Benthic might actually have to think about spending a focus.
Yeah. Again, as you said, you're the tank, so you need to conserve your health.
Granted, though, in this specific encounter or this exchange, Colby ideally would want to shoot second because he does have Notorious, making your opponent think about it. In this, Benthic doesn't care.
He did not swarm in this instance. You're right. Okay.
So
we see the shield
Notorious
go down.
back. So the reason why Benthic had that target lock, Fenrau coordinated to him. Benthic had a lock to spend on that attack.
Yes. Fenrau taking over the Sheathapede. I'm glad to see it. I was real sick of AP5 coordinating stress ships. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, is that better or worse than I6 coordinating?
Fenrau's ability in being I6 coordinates pretty powerful for 4 points.
Well, see, let's go to the player cam here and we'll check on the scores. So I've actually thought a lot about this, and I think I would rather have, not like me personally, but like in the spirit of like no advanced sensors, no supernatural reflexes, right? that an I-1 coordinator can provide that effect, where you can boost a ship before it moves.
Yep.
Whereas Fen Rao has to always coordinate a ship who probably already has moved.
Yes.
A higher chance that it's already moved when Fen Rao coordinates. So I think that might be why they don't care about Fen Rao's, like, or not don't care, but they weight them the same, if that makes sense. Or similar.
Yeah, potentially. Still hard to go away from perfect information, though, or almost perfect information.
It's very good, clearly.
Because the only things that really don't like, but would end up like try to save their linked actions in the Rebels are stuff like A wings and B wings, that they could do their linked action later, but for some game state situations, they may wanted to have done it already.
True.
But with all these really well-costed or feel well-costed for the price right now, X-Wings like Luke and Wedge, they don't stress themselves for anything.
Not normally, no. All right, well, let's finish breaking down this list here as we, after we've collected those center points. Judge Vander is the other Y-Wing out there. He can share his lock with somebody else. Well, in fact, he doesn't even share it. He gives another ship a lock on the ship he locked. Of course, Ballyron. This one rocks dorsal turret, the concussion missile, R3 astromech, and bomblet generator. So really taking some bargain bin upgrades, but are very impactful.
And once again, a very good use of the Aaron Kraken action.
Yes.
Give Dutch lock, who also give lock to Benthic, who could then false transponder code, which false transponder code already popped this game, but
correct.
Future games and for him,
Right.
and then probably previous games today have probably come in big play.
So that, and I think Tommy recognizing that is huge. Because of that swarm tactics and the false transponder codes, you could easily strip the target lock off of Luke later on. Plus, as well, now Benthic is open to be locked from both of the X-Wings.
Yep, and it's definitely a much easier target to find and pin down.
Yeah, someone said that this is going to be a bloodbath, and yeah. Everyone's rolling some pretty good red dice, though.
So
Dreadchamp has the ship advantage, though.
You know Tommy at least more recently more than I do.
Sure,
I mean, I've known Tommy for a long time.
Right, but play
at least
style,
how
though.
he's been playing. Where do you think his Colby's going? Is he leaving? Is he kind of leaving, or is he in?
Hard to say. I mean, I feel like it's just a one forward to stay within. Hold on, I'm going to touch this again. I believe it would be probably a one straight if he thinks he can get coordinate range, and I don't think he would be able to. So might disengage. Hard to take a 4-dice gun out of the fight, though.
Well, if everything swarm tack is higher than you, you might just go kaput.
Yes. Speaking of Colby, let's take a look here. Let me get my mouse over here. Over to Colby. Now, Colby does have that great ability to, after you bear roll or boost, you can flip your equipped upgrade servo motors. So you can focus boost and then open your wings to get your full attack dice. I'm talking up this notorious, to where if you shoot Colby and he can shoot you back, he's going to give you a strain, and you can even reroll against strained targets. Has R4 astromech because of that linked action, that focus linked boost on your S-foils, and then as well contraband cybernetics, to where when you really need it, you could do that 4K.
So it looks like we have a chaff cloud launch from Evan Verlaine towards Luke on that flank. So
Nice.
if Luke went for a 2-bank or 3-bank, 2-bank is probably safe from hitting it. 3-bank, a little close, but
Gonna maybe have to
basically
barrel.
in a space to where Luke would have to go through it again in a future turn, which he might be okay with, just giving an obstructed shot and just sitting there with that torpedo.
You know what? I just realized that Benthic always enables the Evan ability.
Yep.
So you can get a 3 agility benthic just consistently. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah. Or someone else 3 agility that you might want it.
Yeah.
Because besides the other Y-Wings.
Fen Rao. I mean, honestly, Evan just being 2 agility Y-Wing is surprisingly good. So we've talked about Fen Rao on the other side. This version slightly different with Leia Organa for it to change those red maneuvers into white.
U-Wings definitely love that.
Oh yeah. And then the R4 Astromech. Now, see, this is where the problem comes, Tommy. I know you're listening back to this. Is that Leia is mostly used.
Sorry, everyone. We're getting we're double checking some positioning here. Tommy was worried about when he picked up his ship that it dragged a little bit when he picked it up. So give us a moment as they solve this a little bit. Tommy just wants to have as clean a game as possible. Okay. They're both generally pretty chill about it. Tommy's just trying to be as honest as he can with it.
All right, we're back. I don't know how far. I'm sure they could tell us that how far away that ship had actually moved from its original position.
I didn't notice it for a second because DE was already coming over to ask me something.
I didn't even notice if how much it had moved.
Tommy, I guess, tried to describe it. Felt like his template dragged the ship a little bit before he picked up something.
Yeah, it was something wherever. I gave him the stream warning points.
He left with Colby.
He did have the hard 3 open, which is fair.
Yes, and knowing that you have R4, you have the hard 2 boost back and around next turn.
Right.
So a flank. So that means at the way things are moving right now, Dreadchamp's not going to have a lot of shots.
No.
Depending on how far in ships like Wedge and Luke went. If Wedge only does a 1 bank, not a lot of shots happening.
Speaking of,
do you think is this Aaron Kraken range 1?
One second. Let me get gold, and then Wedge is black for some reason. I don't know why. That's not the ship he comes with. Oh, you say so? You can't actually do black. You have to do like just a grayish.
Okay. Tommy's opting to barrel roll around the cloud instead of just going for the torpedo. That's very interesting.
I mean, it's next round positioning, right? Like, that cloud's going to be there when you activate next turn.
Tommy is being bullied out of the middle. This is 2 free points for Dreadchamp. But maybe. We'll see. But anyway, I was asking earlier, is this range 1 right here between Evan Verlaine and Aaron Kraken? That's a big deal because if Wedge just 1 banks in, like he wants the torp, but they swarm tactics up Aaron Kraken to then give a lock to say Evan Verlaine and Ion Torp Wedge, which would be a big deal.
I think you're thinking that there's 2 swarm tactics though.
No, you swarm tactics Aaron Kraken right here, and then he's I6 and he would shoot. As long as there's something to shoot. You get an action here to Evan Verlaine as long as you're in range 0 to 1. So I guess it's.
But you don't need swarm tactics to do that.
If you want to shoot before wedge, you can.
Oh, shoot before wedge.
Shoot the ion torp, get rid of his lock, and lock him down with ion maneuvers next turn.
Torp, yes, yes. Ion working like a pseudo jam there.
Yep.
Because when you're ionized, it will break all of your locks.
Yep.
Wow, yeah, that could be some deep strategy, actually. We're going to have to talk a little bit quieter.
That's if Aaron Kraken gets a shot, though. So if wedge goes slow enough, it's not happening.
But wait, you still want to shoot the torp at I6, though?
Yes.
How?
Oh, you're right.
Okay. You almost had me that there was two swamp
so
tactics.
either way or not, right?
Either way, you can get the lock.
Getting an ion torp on wedge is extremely huge, because if you lock wedge into just existing here, it's like everyone jumps on him and he's toast.
Yeah, agreed. And these X-Wings can only do so much coming in from the sides.
Yeah. So that chaff cloud, while it didn't force Luke to land on it, essentially worked the way it needed to.
Yeah.
Luke didn't lock, a torpedo's not happening, and Luke had to get into a different position. Like, he's not stressed, but it worked essentially the same.
Isofane, what are you talking about, Tommy?
He said what happened to Tommy.
Oh, yeah, like what do you mean what happened to him?
Talking about earlier.
Oh,
that was an older message when we were solving the thing.
Okay, nothing happened, I don't think.
Fen Rao could probably be pinned down in this as turns. I mean, Wedge already is very much opting into looking this way. Unless he also turns away. You can't keep turning away in chance engagement. You're going to give up a lot of points.
No, he already locked. We see this. Tommy Adams pouring one out for the old days with the 2018 locks. Old school.
So, do you focus fire on Evan Verlaine? You have Luke shooting too.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Benthic did not take any damage from Colby's attack last round. So it might depend on. Ventura Champ's list just has so many weird interactions and triggers that not that it's difficult to play against, but like you need to like see all those triggers and then make your decisions, unfortunately.
And honestly, so while Luke with Afterburners is still really good, I think this is one of the instances, especially if you get hit by chaff clouds or not, you're trying to reposition around them.
Right.
This is one of those times I really like instinctive aim. You can do things like do that barrel roll and still shoot a proton torpedo.
You got until they roll dice to... Oh, this is round 3, thank you. You have until they roll dice to put your bets in, so you better get them in quick. This is turn 3, yeah. This is turn 2, last round.
Yep.
All right, as we're waiting for combat here, do you want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Kurapal Creatives? 20% off the entire Kurapal Creative store in celebration of Gen Con. Go check it out. He's got gaming accessories, acrylic paraphernalia for all of your tabletop gaming needs. He's got a bunch of new items out on the store, so certainly check that out. And of course, a big sponsor of ours, our Patreons. Patreon.com/Gold Squadron. They're honestly what keeps the lights on, so thank you everybody. When you do sign up, you do get quarterly rewards. We do alt arts right now. Sometimes we do tokens and different things like that. So check out the Patreon for more information there. All right, I think we're about to finish.
So we have a couple of start of engagement triggers. Evan Verlaine did spend a focus on herself.
Nice.
That seems to be Dread Champ's
+1
token there for it.
Yep.
And then there's a token that was used down here to denote and check in the range 1 to Fen Rao. Evan Verlaine is I6 this round. Nice.
I mean, as you said, Aaron Kraken might actually not have a shot here, so he's shooting an ion torp.
How'd he get the lock?
Fen Rao coordinated it. That was Fen Rao's action. He coordinated it. It must have been in range before Luke moved, or Wedge moved.
Huh. Okay.
Wedge only went one forward.
To one bank.
Or one bank. Yeah. So yeah, this must have been range out there.
Because I thought Tommy was second player, which is why I thought Wedge was too far away for Evan Verlaine to get the lock before anyway. Might have missed it. Either way. Because that's surprising me why Dredgeham wouldn't have spent the focus offensively on that then in that Ion Tour. That would have been huge. He scooped it away.
Yeah. Oh, he couldn't because of
Fenrau. Yes. He had range for Fenrau. There it is.
Yeah, so yeah, now you can see if that target locks back down to there, or the Fenrau's range. So.
Yep.
So I don't think we saw the damage actually go through there then on that wedge.
Nope, Wedge used elusive to take nothing.
Nice. Nicely done. Tommy's saying that it's the same difference between Benthic and Ivan if we both have the 2 agility. But they both have the 2 agility.
I mean, here's the thing, though. You got Fen, Wedge, and Luke can all focus fire on Evan Verlaine, though.
Right.
Luke, I don't think, can reach Benthic.
No. So, double crits here from Fenrau. We're losing everything around here. That's okay. So,
that's
no
the Fenrau
damage.
shot. You don't really expect much from that.
Yeah, the fact it was 2 crits is...
Does Wedge even have arc? He might have had the lock, but who knows if he had arc.
Our battery must be dying or something here.
Looking for a judge for an arc check to find out whether or not Wedge has the shot on Evan Verlaine.
That's going to be big.
Yep. That's going to reduce the focus fire if Wedge doesn't have it and Luke can't follow it up.
Oh, so we go the cords around Ryan. Hopefully that will help.
All right.
Nope.
Oh, the audience doesn't see it.
No, that's not affecting the audience, but it's affecting me and my quality of stream. So it sounds just out.
Well, Wedge is going to have to pick a different target. It's unfortunate for Tommy. It's not what Tommy wants, spreading the shots, not getting focus fire and bringing one ship down at a time. But we'll see how damaging the torp is anyway. It is still Wedge. Probably has marksmanship on this shot to Benthic too. It's triple crits.
It's gonna be full crits here.
See, Benthic will have 1 agility and get nothing for it. That's 3 shields and a crit on Benthic.
Ooh, let's see what that crit is.
What's in the box? Damage engine. Not great. Moderately mitigated by Leia.
No, there's no Leia on that team. Leia's on Tommy's team.
Oh, that's right. Leia's Tommy's team. My bad. Not mitigated by Leia. No enemy Leia.
No enemy Leia.
Look, there's 2 rebel lips. 2 Fenraus on this board.
I totally understand.
It is half points on Benthic, though.
This is chance engagement. You're right. That's the biggest thing about chance engagement is the half points. Yeah, I think that might have worked out better for Wedge.
We'll have to see the return shots, though. The nice thing about this is it's still basically just Evan Verlaine and Benthic versus Luke, Wedge, and Fenrau in this exchange. It's like, what do we miss there on that one? We had Luke probably trying to shoot at Benthic or Evan Verlaine. We'll have to double check the damage on that one. One of our screens kind of flickered out. You guys can see it.
It'll be okay.
So we got a shot coming into Wedge. Benthic likely. Ooh. Hot fire. Wedge is getting halved.
Oh, another half points there as well.
That's big.
Yeah.
Was the crit? Damage. Is that damage sensor array? Yeah, that's not good for Wedge.
No.
Colby was in range too, so it's just 1 point. Confirmed half Wedge, confirmed half Benthic.
All right, I fixed it here. So Wedge did take half there with a damaged sensor array.
And Benthic took all his shields and a hull.
Yep, we'll check with the players here.
I'll be right back just to make sure that Luke shot didn't do any additional damage we missed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So day 3 is the bigger one. The biggest one, yeah. That's not random. I mean, it's random in that you arbitrarily chose it. Sure. So that way we can do this. Yes. Yeah, as long as there's no not 3, 5, and 0s today, which I can't imagine you are. Yeah. What? Yes.
Opposed black or red slam. I hit it too hard, press slam out 3 count.
Luke did a shield to Dreadcham's Fen Rao.
Fen Rao, one for Fen Rao. Yeah, neither one of these have Leia or any other kind of way to modify their dice outside of their regular action. So Tommy taking advantage there. Instead of shooting a 2 agility ship with a focus, maybe you shoot the essentially the 3 agility ship with no focus.
Yep.
I think the math checks out that the
if neither of them are going to net you points, probably go for the one with no mods.
Yeah, exactly. So we see the couple of tables here. Heated battle. See a little bit of what are they playing over there? That's Marvel Crisis Protocol in the background as well.
Some really cool terrain around here with Star Wars Legion and Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, that's
you got those universes of Star Wars and Marvel, so rich.
Yeah, it's the only thing that really bums me out every time I go to these conventions is our cardboard obstacles versus the beautiful painted terrain.
Our flat table with a pretty picture with cardboard asteroids, and they have these nice 3D cities and landscapes.
Yeah.
But it takes so much more time to actually not play those games, but construct that level of detail.
Yeah, the difference between playing at home versus playing at one of these conventions is very similar. So I guess that might have benefits and wherever the opposite of drawbacks.
So here's the question: if you're Tommy, Wedge is staring down a lot of rebel ships. You have 3 health left. You're Wedge. Do you go in and just say, I'm going to get as many points before I leave? Or do you try and wiggle some way out of there?
Now, he did, I believe, either he banked or he banked the chaff cloud. So I believe Evan can go straight here.
Yep. I guess a big deal about this decision, Wedge has damaged sensor array.
Yeah.
So
he's only getting the focus action.
Yeah, the ability to...
even with the coordinate and anything like that, he can only get 2 actions, which would be focus and to fix the sensor array.
Yeah.
So no lock,
no boost,
torp, no boost, no fancy arc dodge barrel roll, nothing like that.
And Wedge won't have a focus target lock situation at all, because you could focus, but Fen Rao coordinating you isn't going to get you anything because can't do anything else besides focus right now.
That's true. Well, you could fix the sensors first and then coordinate a boost focus. If you want your wings close, though. Not great.
It's Tommy's first player.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Wedge could just fix it, I guess. And then you could do something. But, I mean, you probably want that focus.
If you're Wedge, I think you probably want to try and actually bump into something.
Oh, okay. So just 3 bank YOLO?
Yep. If you land somewhere, maybe you do fix it and have Fen Rao's boost you or something.
Sure.
Because realistically, once you're range 1 of a lot of these ships, there's no 4 dice attacks. And as we see, Benthic is going the other way.
Benthic was bringing the strongest gun out there. The ion cannons on Evance only, the biggest attack are these range 1s or the concussions. Maybe a plasma from Kraken, but he's got no shields.
I mean,
not a heavy shot.
If Wedge dives a 3 bank and Luke has a 2 or 3 bank, that Fen Rao could eat it pretty bad.
Fen Rao might be the target here. So we do have a nice blocking position here.
There's the dive check. Unless Wedge did a 4 straight and fixes his crit, and then Fen Rao somehow gets him a boost.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, like, don't come into range 1 wedge. No, thank you. All right, so Tommy, first player this round.
Benthic cutting under, so to limit the chance for Colby to get around and shoot.
Exactly.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, classic focus boost here. If you're maybe you're not a Rebel player, maybe you've never picked up the core box.
Not even in the core box. This is
No. The foils though.
Oh well, in combination with Colby.
I just wanted to see them closed for a second. Nope, they're always backwards. Why? There it is. So you can see the difference there about Colby flip-flapping his wings. But yeah, taking advantage of the focus linked into red boost and then can open his wings to avoid the penalty of rolling fewer dice. He flies around like an interceptor almost with that R4 astromech with the hard 2s. Right, very classic interceptor move.
Yep.
And even an A-wing as well. A-wings don't have 3 attack dice, though.
A little more like an A-wing, like you said, because
you always focus boost.
Yeah, it's less of the barrel roll in it. So it's just the boost.
True.
Very zoomy. So, do we think Fenrau's turning far enough to look at Luke to deny that lock and modification? Because he did just lock Fenrau.
Benthic did a bank maneuver, right?
Yep, 1 bank.
Yeah, because he was facing this way before.
Yep. Yeah, going slow with these other Rebel ships, using Evan Verlaine as a blocker for that wedge dive in. Be really sneaky if Wedge did a like a 3 or 4 straight, cleared that damage sensor array, and Fenrau coordinating him a focus boost, or boost focus, whichever order. Focus boost, that's what it is.
So we did see Luke. I'm trying to see Luke. Tommy's using these Galaxies target locks, and yeah, has locked Fenrau. Fenrau's going to have to 1 bank onto this rock, I think, if he wants to stop that torp. So a good eye there from Tommy, recognizing.
You don't think that 2-turn fits?
Cool. Stay in my torp arc. He still gets the force and 4 dice.
Yeah. So Tommy's Fenrau opting to turn away.
Well, if Wedge isn't there, you know who. If all of the enemy ships are going through that lane and Wedge isn't going through that lane anymore because he's dead, now you're the only ship going through that lane. So I like that idea, actually, to turn away early. Ooh, Wedge trying to survive. So Fenrau coordinates the damage sensor array fix, which is going to allow Wedge to focus boost. But without R4, though, you ain't getting back into the fight. Your only option might be to barrel roll here. Well, you're not a medium base.
So, I don't think you can boost, you're just going to give Benthic a shot.
Correct.
In this instance, if you barrel roll, you might be out of range of all this.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. He might even get out of range of this ion cannon as well. It's going to be close.
Because Dreadchamp went slow, this barrel roll might benefit more. I mean, you look at a rock, but guess what? You Talon roll next turn.
Yeah. Oh, at this point, you're bait, right?
Yeah.
Which is creating this beautiful pincer maneuver from the other X-Wings. This is a classic. I mean, it's like instead of 2 ace support, this list is essentially 3 ace support, right? I cannot believe Colby's 4 points. That's absolutely crazy to me. People have been underrating him forever, in my opinion. And now Notorious,
pretty good piece.
Must-have. And well, on him. Notorious is a must-have on him, is what I'm saying.
It's one of the only pieces in the Rebel faction that can take Notorious, besides other U-Wings and
Gauntlets, I think, as well.
Gauntlets, other
Falcons. It's all the scummiest ones.
What are the pilots called? Saws Renegades.
Yeah, it's all the Saws Renegades and Falcons.
Tommy might just opt for the focus man. I think that barrel roll. I really do think this barrel roll gets some range banned, like just completely out.
It's hard though. I mean, Fen Rao hasn't moved, so there's still some coordinate.
Opting for that barrel roll.
Let's see how good your precision is.
Yeah, just go forward. You got like, don't care about the asteroid. Go as far forward, limit the shots as possible. I really wonder how close my line is that I drew. Yep. You got to get rid of that. Just take it. There's a chance that that three Talon roll can be white with Leia anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it that way. You still should have Leia charges. We'll take a peek here through the overlay.
Oh, he never used them yet.
No, he used it last round, I think.
Did he?
Is that what these 3 charges are? I'm pretty sure. That's Fen Rao.
When did he use them? There was no red moves done by anybody. Pretty sure that's full.
Hard to say. Maybe I'm looking at elusive and a torp.
Fen Rao did opt in there.
I think I'm looking at that was elusive and a torp on wedge. I think what I'm looking at.
Probably. Yeah, if that wedge ends up dodging all those shots by range control, that was a money barrel.
So here's the choice though. Do you coordinate a lock to any one of these guys
to find out?
To find out who's got range, or okay, we see the focus go down here.
I think you are defensive at this point from Luke.
Yes, you need to be.
So coordinating to, or not, swarm tactics to Aaron Kraken.
Yes.
Checking Fen Rao shots because Tommy shots come first.
Yeah. Evan deciding to keep the focus.
Opting to not use Everlane ability. Tommy reminding Dreadchamp just in case.
Yeah. Because lock onto wedge was the Y-Wing's action.
Yeah.
There it is. They moved the...
You know what the funny thing is that I'm seeing is if both these Sheath-Apedes make it to the next 2 turns, they might be meeting each other here behind this corner.
Wow. Actually, that was... so Benthic threw it to Dutch, and then Dutch gave him locks.
Ah.
I know, all the token passings hard to keep track of.
A lot of stuff.
Hard to keep track of.
So no damage from Tommy's Fen Rao. So now we get to see at I6 how close that wedge is. Still got him.
Still got him. Okay. This is a Aaron Kraken torp, potentially. I don't know if Aaron's got the lock.
He doesn't.
I think this is Aaron's lock token right there. Yeah. See him just pointing at it. All right.
Plasma torp.
Torp going down.
Well, Wedge could die if he doesn't get any symbols. No focus. That's it for Wedge. Shouldn't have even been 3 agility at that point either.
Technically, he'll need to re-roll it. Ooh. Okay.
It takes 2.
Terrible situation. But this is the official... How's it going?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be annoying. I was checking time.
No worries.
So for people wondering, if you do roll over the amount of dice you're supposed to, you need to re-roll your complete result with the correct amount of dice.
Correct.
Both situations can happen, right? You can't just be like, oh, because he rolled good, now he wants me to...
Now you should re-roll, yeah, because
like, it can happen in any order, right? Tommy could have rolled great and then rolled poor. He could have rolled average and average. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, just for consistency's sake, always just re-roll it. Because I get into that situation too. I was like, well, you rolled 3 blanks. I can tell you what your first 2 results would have been. But in a tournament, you can't do that. No, because then later on, it's like, oh, well, evades, you better re-roll them. So I totally agree. Weird situation, but it has to be done. All right, so someone asked about the force. I was actually Kraken shooting at I6. So now we will shoot Fen Rao, Dread Champ's Fen Rao.
I guess the question is, is he opting for Kraken to use ability on anything? It doesn't seem like it. He might think...
I think he's foregoing it.
Because he's not in range to help here, I think, to get a lock, unless
Everlane
already has it.
One.
So there's really no one he wants to get stressed.
Dutch is out of range.
Yep.
Fenrau wants to stress Luke so to prevent the lock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
It's going to be up to Evan Verlaine to kill that wedge.
Should have a torp, 4-dice torp. Should be easy, right?
Should. Mathematically, yes.
Fenrau's there to stop your mods.
Is it mathematically?
Ooh, look at that.
That's a good Luke. That's a good use by Fen. So that's a hit and a crit into the Dreadchamp Fenrau. What's in the box?
Should already have a shield down.
Yep. Direct hit.
Ooh.
So Fenrau down to 1.
Okay. Does he have a follow-up shot? Not. Oh, maybe.
Ooh, can Colby snipe? That
Yeah, Fenrau can't stop his focus token
He's already
expenditure.
used it.
Now he does have his focus token still, so he should have a good chance to get 2 evades.
But red's equal number of dice versus green equal number of dice.
Yeah,
1 damage. Mathematically sad Fenrau.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, here's Colby incoming. Did that go to Fenrau?
It should be. I don't know what else he's shooting 3 dice at. There
It's
it
1.
is.
Let's see. That was 1 card. That's the only other thing that's taken damage cards. That is a Fenrau off the board. 4 points. Given to Tommy.
Yes, that's big here. And then while Wedge is eating shots and unfortunately flew away this round, I would have liked to see him just kill Benthic instead of running.
Well, so he wasn't in a good spot to get to Benthic unless he just did a 1 straight, right? Wedge 2-turn this way and barrel rolled.
Yes,
we did talk about before, we said, do you want to risk? Now, it looked like there was actually a good chance from it, we thought, that Wedge's 2-turn barrel could have ended up out of range of these shots. It ended up out of range of Dutch's shot, but not out of range of Aaron Kraken's, which was one of the important ones to do it.
Okay.
So, but
we're going to see a concussion missile was in range here from the Dutch.
So spending a Tristan Wren to make it a crit, and this is a dead Wedge.
Yep.
So this is where you ask yourself, whether or not Wedge made it out of that, the concussion missile was coming in from Evan Verlaine.
Right.
So was it more advantageous to turn that Wedge? I mean, in hindsight, yes. You probably wanted to turn Wedge in to get a shot onto something, right? Could Wedge have hit the 3-turn and barrel rolled and gone a little further? Could he? I mean, there's not much else he could have done.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see him stay in the combat for at least 1 more round there. Though the potential of saving your 6-point ship, you know.
Yeah.
Though I understand the thought process there.
So Wedge is now dead. So we get our.
All right. What's up? Wedge is dead.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, I was about to fix the thing.
Sorry, thank you. Wedge is dead. I killed Fenrau already.
Yep. So now we're even on points again.
This is Tommy's Fenrau taking a stress to prevent the focus lock, or the focus from the ion cannon here. An easy evades. That could have gone poorly. An ionized Fenrau right there.
So Dutch did have range to Wedge then.
That was Dutch's concussion missile, not the torp.
Okay, so that's why I was like, why is Evan shooting twice here? Because I thought Evan's shot was going into Wedge.
Not quite.
Well, so we are now in the situation where they've traded evenly.
Yes.
Right? Wedge is dead. Well, mathematically, by points in the score, they've traded evenly. Wedge is out. Wedge got half.
You in?
Duncan is in the cut. Duncan is.
I'm muted. So yeah, Duncan coming over here to record his victory, putting himself into the cut as a Republic player, 2 overall.
7B, and he's a real addiction.
Yep. All right, congratulations.
Good job.
After the mark.
I'm happy for you. I'm sad for me. Hope that Duncan, you're on the other side of the bracket.
Uh-oh. Unsupported signal. Oh, never mind.
You're touching your
Thank you.
bad aura. Your bad aura's doing something.
Duncan does have a bad aura. Get out of here. I can't hear you. Yeah, sure.
Of course, yeah. Of course, always.
So they mathematically traded even. They're both at 9 points. Benthic is halved, and Wedge is dead.
Yeah.
Little damage on Colby being 1, but besides that, everything is as is at the start of the game, except the positioning. Right? You have closing capability here with both of the X-wings. Fen Rao can start orbiting and help Luke get better barrel rolls if necessary. Now, bomb-wise, right, we had some of the bombs on these Y-Wings. You have Dutch with concussion bombs. You have bomblet generator on Evan Verlaine. Those are things that Tommy will have to remember exist to mitigate some of that plink auto damage.
Yeah, so XPOV, reload, catch up. Fen Rao, that was a coordinated Fen Rao to fix the damage sensor array. And then a barrel from Wedge. Now they're saying that the Fen Rao did not shoot Luke range 1, but it would have given him a second force if you shot at Luke. And if you're not going to spend your focus anyways on that attack, it might not be worth it to gamble that. Or it was a missed shot, who's to say? I'll try to justify it as very tactical.
Force is good.
Well, if you're going to shut down his tokens, why give him an extra one? You know, if you're going to shut down his lock, doesn't make any sense. Shooting 3 dice into Luke.
So Luke still has both his proton torps, right?
He hasn't shot any torps, no.
It's a pretty good trick right about now. So I could see, I mean, honestly, these ships are not fast. Like Luke can just do a 1 bank. Fen Rao does a 2-turn. Barrel any way you need to get away from the bombs. That's it.
Evan doesn't have bombs. He has electro shaft.
Oh, easy. 1 bank. Don't even need it. Don't even need the barrel.
1 bank torp. Let's go.
Actually, I mean, if Fen Rao's free and clear, you 1 bank and you can.
No, you always hard 2. You got a hard 2 here.
Sorry, I meant Luke is still 1 banking.
Yes.
Fen Rao's hard 2. And then
now we could see a bomb up here.
For Colby, I agree.
Whatever. Colby's at 1 shield down.
Think Colby just 2 turns next to him? Is there room for that? It seems a little tight. Probably not.
I mean, I would crank it. I don't care. Ooh, but road roll though, so you might not want to bump into him.
Yeah, especially if there's a bomb sitting there.
But yes, to me, next target on the chopping block is Benthic. You mentioned it before that there is no Jin Urso on this Benthic, opting for Hondo and Nako instead. And that is going to be hard for Benthic then, because he can't get the focus evade that we normally can see him with when he gets into this tanking position and needs to fly away. At least you can focus evade on the way out. Not an option for this Benthic. Without contraband cybernetics, you can't stop either and pass your tokens. Would have to stop, rotate, so you're going to lose an agility, have no action.
Sounds like prime torpedoing from Luke.
to try to shoot an unmodified attack at initiative 2.
So it feels bad to not get this gun in the fight as a 3-die primary. But it is, like, if you rotate right now, Luke is going to torp it. That's easy.
Yeah.
Right? So I think you just got to, like, bait and, like, leave and just,
hard. I mean, he's on the hard 2 train right now. Hard 2, hopefully.
I don't mind the 3 bank. Get deep and then turn around. Like a big sloop. Force Luke to get in like a scrum with these ships, so maybe he can't get all the way over there when you finally turn around.
So if you're the rebels, then who are you turning?
Well, they're both
towards?
rebels.
Okay, thank you. If you're Dread,
yes.
Who is your next target?
It's hard to get to Colby right now. Well, it's difficult either way, because if you
this beautiful pincing maneuver.
It was great. I'm glad Tommy did deke out with Colby and cut back in. That was perfect. say if these two both two-turn and look at Luke. If Colby says, I accept the bomb, and Luke's just range one of Kraken, he could just decide to kill Kraken.
Obviously. 3-bank. Damage engine.
Damage engine, yeah.
So, never mind about my couple of hard twos to turn back into the fight. Thank you, chat.
Okay, it's concussion missile, not bomblet. All right, it's bomblet generator. So he can get half on Colby. Sorry, I see concussion and bomblet a lot in my resistance Y-Wings when I play them. It confuses me. So
I actually really like concussion bombs now.
I do too. But bomblet generator could do 2 damage to Colby, but it could also do 0. So I think Colby just does a 1-bank, looks at the, or something to look at this area here in case they do go this way. Because if Aaron Kraken cuts in on a 2-turn tight to Luke, and Luke just does that 1-bank or 1 straight, like I mentioned, both Colby and Luke can just burn down a Z95 real easy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a 1 or 2 bank from Benthic? I think it's a 2.
All right.
Evan Verlaine just trying to keep a ion cannon on Fenrau.
You got a turret, and there's a rock for your 4K. You only got one option here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I did see, I thought it was just the dice thrown bag, but Dion did pick up the dice thrown game. We played it with Corey Heald and Family Time Games. We got the marble one. Ooh, boy. I know what we're playing tonight. Is that the original behind it?
You say we're playing tonight. I gotta wait. We gotta wake up early.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
We got 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, it's dinner in bed.
Colby 1-bank. Did he bump? Seems like yes, because I think we're getting a stress focus right now.
Yeah, that's fine. You're
just pointing an arc there. It's fine.
That's fine. Road roll hurt him on the 1-bank, which is what can he do?
It'd be a bummer if he gets half points given up by the bomb only, but you know, it's the positioning you want.
Like, I mean, at what point do you just let Benthic 2-bank away or just, like, fly off, right? Like, what point do you...
I think you let him do it now. Like, 2 X-Wings and one of them being Luke looking at a Z95 and a Y-Wing. You just eat him up. Eat him up. Which way, let's see, which way is this arc pointing? It's this way. Yeah, it's not the way you want it pointing. I mean, do you want it to look at this way? Do you want to have it look this way?
I mean, you have Aaron Kraken to potentially give you a rotate.
Yeah. Choose later. Always better.
Man, Aaron Kraken's so good. He was shunned into too expensive for so long. But he's one of the few people where loadouts and the smushing of points really has helped him.
So it looks like Dutch took lock action, locked Fenrau and Colby, giving a lock to Evan Verlaine as well. Or
fantastic.
Or actually,
that's Aaron Kraken.
That's an Aaron Kraken lock. You are correct.
Aaron Kraken does have another plasma torpedo in the chamber.
So Luke opting for the 1-bank. No lock on Benthic, which is okay. So I honestly lock Aaron Kraken.
And assuming he's just gonna throw himself into range of you.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not wrong. He can't get out of arc.
Nope. But Tommy's just opting to lock Dutch. I mean, that's safe.
It's going to be easier to track him. The problem is that unlike Wedge, who had our 3 Astra mech...
Actually, you know what? I mean, this is kind of surprising. Tommy should have just focused with Luke because he was going to be able to coordinate with Fenrau anyway. Unless he's really scared of that ion from Dutch. Or not Dutch, from or the concussion missile from Dutch, or the ion turret from Evan Verlaine, and he wants to focus with his Fenrau.
Yeah, he might want to focus up.
And the plasma torpedo, which is coming in from...
Yeah, it turns out everybody wants a piece of that Fenrau, so that was the choice here. We found out from Dredd, he assessed the positioning and, identified identified Fenrau as the target. Again, without Child, without any sort of other way to help you. I guess like Hera maybe, I don't know. And a Benthic in your list to pass you a token.
I think
hung out to dry.
If you can get enough damage onto this Dutch, who has no focus mods, and then let Colby continue forward, finishing off that Dutch, and Luke to come down here to finish off Benthic, That might be a way to finish it off that way. For Dread Champ, he's got to kill this Fen in the next 2 turns, I think, to make it worthwhile diving this deep into this Fen Rao Sheath Beam.
That's true. That's true. This most certainly is in round 3 for those people frustrated at that. I believe we're actually on round 5, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, let's see. We got some combat starting.
Did you see that bomb?
Oh, did we miss the damage on the bomb? Someone said sad bomb.
Yeah, okay, so nothing.
Maybe no
just
damage.
Just scooped it up. That's how bomblets happen, though. I mean...
Yep. No more swarm tactics from I6 Fen Rao, so it's what it is. It's a Luke Proton. Oh, check the range 1. It might have been a range 1 shot. Check the other side. Might not have needed the Proton Torpedo.
Pretty close.
It's 4 dice either way. It's just a matter if it's a torpedo or not.
Range 1? Okay. Thank you.
Range 1, so not a torpedo. Luke's still saving those torps. Assume he's going to spend
Can't shoot
a lock.
a torp to save him. How much force has he got?
1
right.
force, you pick them all up.
Pick them all up, yeah. There it is.
Oh.
Wow, that's how Luke do.
Yep, that's 2 shields and a hit crit onto Dutch. That's half on Dutch. Let's see what the crit is in the box. Crit is... Didn't really see that one.
It's the nose cone.
They highlight more than one.
I know. We'll see what it is. We'll see how impactful it is. It might be structural damage. We'll find out.
I'll go take a peek real quick.
Okay. Okay, we have hit eyeball coming in. An evade and a focus.
You don't have to do it now. Just giving you just joking.
No, I mean,
I'm pretty sure that was a direct hit on Dutch because he's got 3 cards on him now.
Okay, okay. So that's a direct hit. And we're gonna see the Plasma take 1, and then Plasma takes a shield, and then a single damage goes through on the hull.
they have a separate timer. Yeah.
Okay.
So Fen's not halved yet.
No, not halved yet.
So-
real exciting here as Saturday's closing down.
So Colby going for the range 2 into Dutch. Woo. Dutch getting the red focus now, but Dutch does die. Rolls with blank.
Yeah, the double blanks and the direct hits.
But Dutch will get to return fire at same initiative at Fen Rao.
That's
That
true.
is huge.
Yep, we'll have
Get
to
Dutch out of the board without being able to drop another bomb on Colby next turn. Free and clear for Luke to go get Benthic, and maybe Colby to go get Benthic too.
Okay, might be obstructed here. We'll find out. We are going to, yeah, I mean, if they, so far it's been a pretty good trade back and forth. For if this is another shot, it'll be another 2 points.
It's likely that we'll see, with the combination of shots, as long as Dutch gets this concussion, obstructed or not, Fen Rao could die this turn, and it's another 4 for 4.
Yeah.
4 points for Fen, 4 points for Dutch, but with Luke and Colby breathing down the neck of Benthic.
Yeah, or Kraken, to be honest with you. 2 damage on Kraken scores you the points you need to take the upper hand.
But with the way, so if Kraken's here pointing this direction, and Evan Verlaine's pointing here this direction, got to be range 2. and Luke doesn't have a good way to get here to get back and threaten those. I mean, you can Talon roll, sure, but why do that when you could go this way?
But, I mean, if
granted, Benthic could 3-bank further away, but
I was thinking he might stop and stay in range 2.
Might have to.
Might have to.
But this is all if Fenrau lives though for Tommy.
Okay, 2 hits with the lock into a crit.
Oh, tough for Fen. Still no Fen uses focus on defense before. Concussion will flip Tommy's card. No results. He's flipping that first. Got a wounded pilot. Hit, crit. If it's damaged engine, no double damage into Tommy, so it is going to be up to Evan Verlaine with the ion cannon to kill Fenrau.
I think he's dead.
Oh, he is dead. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because he took a damage from, or a hull damage from Fenrau's.
Or
sorry,
Kraken's plasma.
Kraken's plasma on Fenrau, yeah. So, boom, 4 points, 4 points. We'll see the scenario points get added here. And we'll check on the players, see how they're doing.
Well, this does mean Evan Verlaine gets to shoot an ion cannon into Luke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not done shooting yet.
It'd be big if Luke gets ioned.
We'll hold on to those points for now, but you're right. I forgot about the turret. Could be pretty powerful. Just has the focus token, though. Yeah, not
Never mind.
enough. Yeah.
It takes a damage.
Hey, shield's a shield sometimes, man.
Yeah, Luke with afterburners means as long as this 3 straight doesn't hit this rock, you can 3 straight boost and 2-turn boost and go hunt a U-wing.
Indeed.
Because if you finish off that U-wing, 2 points plus the 1 here.
3 points.
No, that would be 3, yes. 2 plus 1, 3.
No.
Oh, 3 is Benthic, you're right. He's 5 normally, not 4. We've got so many 4-point exchanges.
Yeah, man, U-wings at 4. Whew.
No, thank you. I misspoke.
Yeah, no kidding. So, yeah, there's going to be some tough decisions here as we count down to potentially the second to last, if not the last round, unless they hurry up.
Because I think my concern is if you cut in to try and go near Kraken, one, you got this debris, not great. But you don't want to let Evan Verlaine shoot you. Like, if you leave, Evan Verlaine is doing nothing. She can't catch up and get range to you because her ion cannon's only range 1 to 2.
You see how I'm fixing that?
Yep.
Okay.
Mike, W, please come up. What's your last name? Please come up.
They're just discussing the points
They're
here.
double checking point total right now.
All right, that's it, everyone. Thank you all for coming. If you are one of these factions and ask us, please contact me here. Cool? Thank you all.
All right, yep, confirmed the points there. We're going to move into round 6.
Potentially last round.
I mean, unless they put a little pep in their step, I would imagine so. Of course, it could be one of those rounds of combat where only like one person shoots, which could speed things up as well.
So does Aaron Kraken's two-turn barrel roll, it's not that far. It might have to be 3-turn barrel roll, but can he get back close enough to this to contest that objective? To let Benthic run into the corner?
One bank and Hope Road gives you...
Allows you to bump into Luke?
Yeah.
I don't think that one bank bumps into Luke.
Well, then you have to hard 2. Right?
That might not bump into Luke either.
I mean, so if you think that won't work, you have to stop.
Hard 3, so you have room to barrel roll next to that rock. Sorry, that 3's really wide. Hard 3, barrel roll, and be there. Contest.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Dread Champ is very unlikely to get any more points from any of Tommy's ships. best thing he can do is keep it a tie.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dread Champ's win condition can be with this current next turn position.
So, Rumble Rocket bringing up a great question about ties. Now, this tournament does not have a tie. You will be forced to do a road roll.
Yep.
And the winner, the first player of that road roll, will take the win for the round.
Correct.
This has been heavily influenced with support of, I think, all of the players, if not a large majority, that ties are an inconvenience, we'll say, to both the players and tournament organizers. It is very awkward. And I don't know, that's been my opinion. We haven't seen too much negative feedback for GSP's graduated cut and no ties. And Adepticon, I did believe we allowed ties.
Yep.
But we were trying to stick very closely to the new Fangs Out, or whatever they called it, rule set that they had announced.
Roll here. Looks like Dread Champ will be first.
Yep, we're going to go into probably the last round.
Maybe
then,
the one bank or two turn if
play.
it bumps into Luke with Aaron Kraken.
That's potential.
And I think they both actually succeed.
Yeah, I will say this much. If you want to know where your ship's going to be on hard turns, you need to look perpendicular down your base.
There's that 3 bank from Benthic. We'll see how deep Colby and Luke go. You know, Colby and Luke might go for half points on Evan Verlaine.
Yeah, but no one's in the center. What do you care?
Not getting a tie if Kraken. Like, if I'm Tommy, I want to win this game. I don't want a tie. I don't want to have a road roll.
True. Yeah, you have a 50% chance to lose in a tie.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get, if you get half on Ember Lane, just get four damage. But it looks like, going into Benthic, trying to get half into Benthic.
Yeah, Rumble Rocket, thank God. Final salvo. Count up your red dice from your alive ships is gone. What a weird system that was.
Yeah.
No, I want to see where Kraken ends up.
Okay.
What?
Barrel rolling.
I think it gets him the shot. He must have not had it before.
Oh, he could have boosted and still had a focus. Is he concerned that the boost from Colby gets in Luke's way?
Potentially.
I don't know. That Island mathematically doesn't help you.
That's okay. All right. This is not a straight, and this is way bigger than a box.
We'll see how close it got. Did he do the 3 turn or the 2 turn? Oh,
and rolling, it doesn't flip your foils.
Bank.
Matthew Carey, you're wrong. It certainly
doing
does.
The 1 bank, I think he has to try to barrel roll.
Okay, well.
Oh, he's just checking target lock at this point. To know, I guess, if he gets it or not.
This is variable time. They don't know that it's.
We're trying to let the stream table know that is it for the round for them. So Luke going for the Afterburners boost. Tommy to not leave this up to a road roll. They got to kill Benthic. I think Colby would have been fine boosting. Because he was here, would have boosted there, would have been just in front of Luke.
Dread's checking that he was in range 2, though. Yep, so it comes down to the shots. This is going to be close.
Afterburners boost. Luke has both force. Taking a target locked. Weird to say this is Luke's first torp.
That's not great.
Well, if you're range 1 of everyone, who cares?
Yeah. Yep. So they to not tie here. They did check a little early, but it would have prevented all this rolling of dice, basically.
Oh, all right. So there's a full string with a crit. Oh, that's it.
That's it. GG. Tommy Adams finishes 3-1 and moves on to tomorrow's cut. Congratulations.
Wow.
In the video. Great job, Tommy.
So let's get our final score.
Well, I don't care about that. D's right there.
Well, no, the audience cares maybe what the numerical final score would be.
Oh.
So put Benthic down to 0, and then 1 point for each player.
There you go. Here's an official score here. 15-18. They're still arguing about
It's
the
the
score.
same total points because he fully killed the ship anyway.
Yes.
Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.